What's up, guys? I want to talk about something that's helped my content marketing, and this could also help you with your UX research, and it's using AI. So, I want to talk about how I used ChatGPT to create my target persona for Design Your Life, which is this little community I'm creating. It's a little Substack thing, no big deal. But I wanted to focus on, okay, I need to ask questions to this persona as if this is a living, breathing thing, and it's giving me feedback because it knows exactly what my target audience is. I think a lot of people get a good use out of this, so I hope it helps someone out there in this great big world. But let's get into it. So, creating a clear target persona is crucial for building content and products that resonate with your audience. And I know this can be really challenging or confusing sometimes, so it's nice to have a little spirit guide along the way, this case being ChatGPT or AI. Today I'm sharing how I use ChatGPT to craft, the perfect persona for my audience, quickly, efficiently, and with incredible insights. Actually, it was really nice. I spent one morning doing this after reading a marketing book, and I was like, I just need to really dig into this because I kind of just get a weird hair and do random things like this just to try it out for fun, and it actually worked very well. So I'm going to break this down in the most simplest form. If you guys really are curious on getting more in-depth help on this, or the exact prompts I use, or just really getting this down to a pat, please let me know. I'm here to help. So if that's of interest, give a shout. Crack into this. Step number one, you got to start with the basics. I gave ChatGPT a simple prompt. I opened a brand new chat. I just began with the following. It says, help me create a persona for my Design Your Life audience. These are solopreneurs, creatives, and freelancers aiming to build intentional, fulfilling careers. So ChatGPT immediately gave me a basic framework with that, including demographics, motivations, and pain points. So, for example, I learned that my audience values, work-life balance, financial independence, creative freedom, core pillars of my Design Your Life or DYL philosophy. Those things may seem pretty obvious. I know this is honestly, I'm making it as simplified as possible for YouTube. To be totally transparent, I have a huge list of questions that I went through and I answered, and I input them all into this chat. So while I make it seem really easy, I really wanted to make this super accurate, and you can go to that level as well. I just really like getting better, more thorough answers. And if you pay for ChatGPT, you do get better, more thorough, faster answers because it has better reasoning and a lot of little perks that you don't really notice that are on the back end. So now with step number one done, you have these basics. You get the demographics and their motivations and pain points, which are really essential when building something for a target audience. Or let's say you are a startup and you have a product, or maybe you don't have a product yet and you're like, I'm really got this idea. I need to kind of zero in on what this audience may want. What are they struggling with? You may kind of already know these things, but then once you really put more into this, you will get way better answers, and you can really help yourself by understanding their thinking even more in depth, because ChatGPT has that reasoning that some things you may not think of. It's just a really great brainstorming tool that is just new and something that we could just go to now, and it just seems like it popped up yesterday, but it's just getting smarter and smarter. And yes, that is scary, but let's use it while we can, because the more we utilize it, the more we're ahead of this technology for now, and the more powerful we'll be. I strongly believe if you're a designer like me, or a solopreneur, entrepreneur, whoever you are, if you're somewhere similar to me and have your own startup, anything like that, I really do believe that if you're not using AI, you're just losing your edge and you're going to get left behind. And yeah, it may seem like there's a giant gold rush right now, but it's super important just to keep learning and stay on that edge. Okay, my rant is done. We're moving to step 2. Dig deeper with iterative questions. So next, I really wanted to refine this, as I mentioned. So example of those follow-up questions were, what daily challenges might this persona face? What would motivate them to subscribe to my content? So ChatGPT expanded on these ideas, identifying specific challenges like time management, overcoming imposter syndrome. It also highlighted that my audience might be drawn to practical resources, things like that, whether that's like case studies or actionable tips or more specific things. Again, I'm not going into all the details of what it gave me. It's more about, hey, this is great. You can do it too. So go experiment. But again, the deeper you go with these questions and really refining that persona, the more insights you're going to get, and you're going to get more things that you probably weren't expecting that you're like, oh shit, this is actually really helpful. So think about it, spend some time. I tell you what, putting on peaceful piano in the morning, talking to ChatGPT while sipping your coffee, truly fantastic. Just kidding, but it was kind of nice. I got a good rush from my Nespresso coffee, and I'm a big fan. So we've refined her a little bit. We set her up for success. This last step number 3, is add personality and unique traits. So finally, I asked ChatGPT to help me craft a relatable personality for the persona. So for instance, this would be, describe this persona's tone and communication style. It suggested traits like curiosity, ambition, and a preference for straightforward, actionable advice. And this made the persona feel more human and help me tailor my messaging to their needs. The great news is I know, I kind of feel like I'm kind of been a part of this audience already, so I knew some of these things, but it definitely just helps uncover those little things. If you already kind of know, it just helps you think about things different. And if you know some things, you always still need to be curiosity of, maybe it's still going to teach you things that you didn't. And this tool and method is great for people that just don't know what the hell they're doing. And that's kind of why I brought up that scenario with, startups and things like that. I know that one of the biggest struggles out there is finding product market fit, really nailing down what their users need and wants, pain points, are these ideas that you have really solving that problem. And the better you can understand your audience, the more you're going to find if your product is actually a market fit. Is it really solving problems and doing what your audience wants? So before you're even spending a ton of money, you can do simple things like this. Let's say you might not have a bunch of money and capital, whatever you want to call that you can go and do market research, a lot of competitive analysis, putting surveys out into the world. There's affordable ways to do it, but I'm always looking for the best bang for my buck. And if I can just do this sitting on my couch and getting some sort of insights, it's really helpful, especially now that ChatGPT can connect to the web. That's been a great feature. Pretty soon we're getting close to Skynet activating and Terminator coming down to kill us all. But while we're waiting for that day, let's just enjoy it and go out there and make some money. So 3 really simple steps, guys. I know I simplify this too much, and like all the grammars out there, they're like, oh, you can achieve $1 billion in 90 days by doing this. I just did that to you, I realize. But that's why I'm here if you have questions. So number 1, start with the basics. Give your AI simple prompt by saying you want to help create a persona for X. These are X, Y, and Z, and what their goals are. and starting from there. And then step number 2, you really want to get into asking follow-up questions. What daily challenges might the persona face, motivations, aspirations, things like that. And then that step number 3 is adding a personality and unique traits to make it sound more human and getting more realistic answers. And then you could really ask it things like, describing the persona's tone and communication style. So if you really want to learn how to shape your marketing copy around them and things like that, that would be really helpful. So again, I'm going to say this again a million times probably in this video, or I already did, but the more you put into this, the more you're going to get back. So just think about that and do what you will. So I hope you found that interesting. I hope you use this. I hope you experiment with AI if you're not, because you're sleeping on something great if you're not doing anything with AI yet. So by leveraging ChatGPT, I created this fully fleshed out target persona that guides me in ways that I didn't know I needed. And sometimes, yes, it also confirms on a path that I'm already going down. So both are great things. You can use this in a lot of different ways, whether that's being a startup, creating a product, whether that's being marketing, whether that's just being a designer. It's a powerful tool for your strategy. So the best part, it took me 20 minutes and some thoughtful prompts to do this. I think 20 minutes. I don't know. I was in a zone. It was like 5 a.m. when I did this. I don't know why I woke up so early. But if you can just sit back and talk to your computer, how hard can it be, guys? Please try something different. So if you're ready to understand your audience better, try this approach. Start crafting personas. Get things that truly resonate with your audience and start getting a fit around them. It's important. So let me know in the comments what's one insight you've learned by doing this, or you love to learn about your audience. And if you found my rambling or my baldness helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. I try to share actionable strategies and things like this. If you guys found this useful or want some other advice, please let me know. I love feedback. Even if you're just grilling me, it's okay. See you in the next video.